And I also hope that you are having an amazing day so far. So today we will be doing our grade 3, our grade 2 English lesson on regular plural nouns. So we'll be doing our grade 2 English lesson on regular plural nouns. And before we start, you're going to log into aplusstudents.ca. You're going to log in with your username as well as your password. Once you've logged in with your username as well as your password, and then you're going to select the subject of language arts. And you're also going to select grade 2 because we are going to be doing grade 2 today. Okay, so once you have selected the subject of language arts, grade 2, then we're going to scroll down up until we get the chapter of regular plural nouns. All right. So once we are within the chapter of regular plural nouns, we say that the chapter is regular plural nouns, grade 2. The lessons that we will be focusing on today is to form regular plurals with S and ES, to use irregular plurals, or to use singular and plural nouns, and to use regular plurals with S and ES. So that is going to be our focus lessons for today. And we are doing our lesson on aplusstudents.ca. So if you do want to go back, go to the chapter, the specific grade is on the board, as well as the lessons that we shall be focusing on. So our lessons are on aplusstudents.ca. All right, so when it comes to regular plurals, right? Firstly, before you get a plural, right, we have singular, right? So singular means one. And if there's more than one, we call that plural, because now it means more than one is plural because it is two or more. So singular means one and plural means more than one, right? And when it comes to singular words, in order for us to form a plural word, we need to add s to make it plural. So singular means one. It's like saying it's one tree. So for example, we say one tree. But now if we want to show that there's more than one tree, right? It's like showing that it is plural. And then we just add an S. For example, two trees. So one tree, right? It shows one tree. But as soon as we make mention of more than one tree, and then we are now saying it's two trees, and then we add an S to it. It's the same like saying one ball, right? We have one ball. And now we want to make mention of the boys or the kids playing with more than one. And then we will say two balls. And we added an S to make the word plural. One ball, two balls. Dog. We saw one dog in the estate, right? But now, lately, we're seeing more dogs. So now there's 3 dogs in the estate. So we just add an S to make the word plural or to show that it is now plural. It shows that there is more or there are more than one. So when we want to make a word plural, we add an S to the basic singular forms. So singular means one and plural means more than one. So as soon as we show that something is more than one, we call it plural, then it means that we just add an S to the singular word to make that word plural. All right. So that is basically examples also of singular as well as plural, right? So once again, singular means one and plural means more than one. All right, so we're going now to aplusstudents.ca. I really hope that you have logged in because we are going to our tutorial page. Now we're going to the first lesson, which is to form regular plurals with S and ES. Okay, so once again, we said singular means one and plural means more than one. And we said that in order for us to, if we want to make a word, let's say plural, right, to show that there's more than one, and then we can just add an S to the singular form, and then the wording will change to show that there is now more than one. And we made an example of one tree, right? One tree is singular. But now if there's more than one tree and then we add an S, so there's 2 trees now. One boy, which is singular, right? If we want to show that there's more than one boy, then we can say there's boys and we added the S. Same with girls. One girl to show that there's singular. But as soon as we want to make mention of more than one girl to show that it is also plural, then it is girls, right? And as you can see, we just added an S to basically make them plural. So there's but a few words. The basic at the moment, the basics is just to add an S. And as the lessons or as we will be continuing with the chapter, so we will find out also about how we are adding es and how the word changes from a singular word to a plural word. All right, so now if we look at this word, right, this word is bear. They're saying it's bear plus s. Bear plus s. So we need to change this singular word to a plural. So the word is bear. So in order for us to show that there's more than one bear, so now they're telling us we need to add an S to the word. Then it means that this is one bear. But now as soon as we add the S, it shows that there's more than one bear. It is bears. 2 or more bears. Same as tigers. One tiger. As soon as we add an S to this word, it shows there's more than one tiger. Tigers. One lion. Soon as we add an S to the word lions, all right? Lion it now changes that word into a plural form, meaning they're telling us now that there is more than one lion. Lions. And we made an example of dog, one dog, more than one dog. So it's dogs. Plural form, dogs. And the same with cat. One cat. As soon as we add the s, it shows that there is now more than one cat. So it's cats. And this is but just a few examples of the different animals. And it just added on to the word bear, just to give you more of an example also of different animals also when we add an s, and then it basically changes from a singular form, which is one, to a plural form, which shows that there is more than one of that kind, or one animal, or one thing. Lines. Line plus s. So lines, line plus s. So we have one line, right? One line. But as soon as we add an s, right, to show that there is more than one, then we can say lines. Because now it shows that there is more than one line. Here are maybe 5 lines, 10 lines, 3 lines. So now the plural of line is lines. Candle, right? Here we have one candle. Candle is plural, it shows one. As soon as we want to make mention of more than one candle, right? Then we can say candles by adding an S. My mom lit the my mom lit 3 candles. Which shows that there is more than one. 3 candles, or light 3 candles. So that is basically our singular words that we make plural by adding an s. Then it shows there is more than one, right? And once again, plural, singular means one. Singular means one, or it refers to one thing, one person, one place, one item. And then once we either add an s or es, depending, right? And then it means it is now plural. And plural means more than one. So plural means more than one. That is when we either add an s to make it more, or to show that there is now more than that one thing, or one item, or one person, or one place, or animal. All right, so now let's go to our test. All right, so we're going to begin our test where we are going to be forming regular plurals with S and ES, or in this case, only with S. We need to type the missing word, ear. If we make the word plural, ear plus S. What is ear plus S? Is it ear only, or is it ears? So is it ear or ears? So we now need to show that this word is plural. So how are we going to show this word is plural? Is it one? Is it ear or ears? And to show that this word is plural, we're going to choose the second option, which is ears. Well done. So if ears, if you also said ears, then well done. We need to now type the missing word. Threes. Threes. So 3 plus S, is it threes or 3? 3 plus S. Is it the first option, which is threes, or is it the second option, which is 3? All right, so if we choose the correct option, then we will say threes. Because the second 3, right, that is singular. But as soon as we add the S, then it is plural. And remember, we are basically finding the plural of that word. Gate. Gate. Gate plus S. So the singular form of gate, we add an S. If we add an S to gate, is it still gate or is it gates to show it is plural? Gate or gates? All right, so if we say gate plus S, then it is gates. All right. Okay, so now we're going back to our lessons, right? Where we will be using singular and plural nouns. And before we continue with using plural nouns, let us go to our whiteboard. So a noun, it names a person, it names an animal, a place, or a thing, right? So that is a noun. Names a person, it names an animal, place, or thing. And the word that comes before a noun will sometimes tell if there is one or more of that, right? So words like this, that, one, a, and an are sometimes used before one person, animal, place, or thing, right? So sometimes whatever word that we put in front of the noun, it will either tell us if the word is singular, if it's referring to one, or if it is plural, if it's referring to more than one, either person, animal, place, or thing. So the words like this doll, that dog, one apple, a dog or a tiger, an apple, right? These are words that are sometimes used before one person, animal, place, or thing. And it basically shows that it is just one of that kind. One person, one animal, one place, or one thing, right? So it will be maybe where we say, let's say, this boy, this boy ran, or this boy played well. right? So which means that this, it refers to the one boy that ran well, right? Um, may I have an apple, right? So an, it gives us an indication that you only want one apple, right? So this is the example of what they were saying with words like, for example, this and an, right? Once it is in front of a specific noun, it will either give us an indication that it is singular or we're referring to one of that, one person, one place, one animal or thing. All right, so now we're going back to A plus students.ca. We're going back to our tutorial page on A plus students.ca. Once again, a noun names a person, animal, place, or thing. And the word that comes before a noun will sometimes tell us if there is one or more of that one, right? And we said that words like this, that, one, a, and an are sometimes used before one person, one animal, one place, or one thing. All right, so an example, right? A few example. Here we say an apple. So an apple, right? It refers to one apple, right? May I have an apple? So an apple, it gives an indication that there's only one apple. One bus. So of course, this is the number one, right? The word, the number name, but it shows us, or it is basically telling us one. How many buses? Only one bus. That baby. Which baby? That baby, right? Meaning it's only telling us about the one baby that's over there. This boy, right? A lion. And there's the word a. It basically gives us an idea or an indication that this, it refers to one person, one animal, one place, or one thing. So that is basically the singular, right? Still where it tells us one, about either one person, place, animal, or thing. But now words like these, those. So words like these, those, two, and many. These words are sometimes used before more than one. So before two or more. People, places, animals, or things, right? So words like these, those, two, and many are sometimes used before more than one person, more than one animal, place, or thing. And if we look at the few examples right in front of us on the tutorial page, apple, right? If we say an apple, we refer to one, right? So one apple is an apple. And then if we want to make mention of more than one apple, we can either say two apples. So that's basically the number name, two. It will tell us there's more than one apples. So two apples. These apples, those apples. How many buses are there? There are 3 buses. Wow. Get all that buses. Many buses. So many buses. It's a lot of buses. Many buses. Instead of saying that baby, that refers to one. If you're making mention of more than one baby, you can say these babies or those babies. Those babies refers to babies that is over there. And then we have these babies that refers to over here. It's like when it's babies or things that are close by or closer to where you are. These over here, those over there. And these are examples of plural forms, right? Anything or something that shows plural. So words like these, those, two, and many are sometimes used before more than one person, animal, place, or thing, right? So we have singular, and we have words like this, that, one, a, and an that are used before a singular person, animal, place, or thing. And then we have words like these, those, two, and many that are used before more than one person, place, animal, and thing. All right, so now we're going to fit a word. Which word fits in the sentence? Gina went to two last year. Did Jenna go to two dance or dances last year? So do we say dance or do we say Jenna went to two dances last year? Which one is the correct one? Jenna went to two. Two. Is it two dance or two dances? All right, so which means that if we say two, and then we're referring to the plural form of dances. So Jenna went to two dances. Two dances. And it shows plural form. Two dances. Look at that on the fence. Look at that raccoon or raccoons. So do we say raccoons or raccoon on the fence? Look at that raccoon or raccoons on the fence. So if we're making mention of that, right? And then we can say it is that raccoon, which refers to one raccoon, right? Because if you had to say, look at these or those, then we would have said raccoons. But that refers to one, right? It only shows that there is one of the raccoons that is on the fence. We read many story at the library today. So story, many. So many is a story or stories. We read many story or stories. Many, many. We read a lot. Is it story or stories? All right, so if we say we read many stories, many means more than one. So it is not story, so we are saying many stories. Right? So many stories because it shows more than one. Actually, many is a lot. Definitely more than one, but it is a lot. Right? Stories shows that there is more than it was more than one story that they read at the library. All right, let's go to our test where we're going to begin test. Alan holds both. Is it baby in his arms or babies in his arms? Holds both baby or babies in his arms. So Alan holds both baby or babies in his arms. All right, so if we are talking about both, right, it means two. So which means that we're going to say it is babies, not one baby, babies. Brittany puts four. Is it banana in the picnic basket? Or Brittany puts four bananas in the picnic basket. Four banana or bananas. Four means there's more than one. So if we must choose between banana or bananas, because there's four, then we're choosing banana. Bananas. Because it shows that there's four bananas. And the father of a princess is a king, or the father of a princess is a king. Which one do you think is correct? Is the first one the father of a princess or the father of a princess is a king? So basically, the father of a princess is a king. All right. We are now going to use regular plurals with S and ES. Use regular plurals with S and ES. Basically just with S. And once again, singular means one. Plural means more than one. And in order for us to, actually most of the words, in order for us to change the word from a singular to a plural, we add an S. For example, one tree, two trees. One ball, two balls. One apple, three apples. Right? So that is where we just add an S and then it shows that the word is plural. Okay, so now we're going to complete the sentences with the correct plurals right on top. Some of these clock shows the wrong time. Is it clocks or do we use the word clock shows the wrong time? So some of these clock or clocks shows the wrong time. We need to choose the correct one. All right, so some of these, right? So these refers to more than one. So we can say some of these clocks, right? Because it shows that there is more than one. Remember we said these and those, right? It shows plural form. The duck swam across the lake. That's the word say duck, or the ducks swam across the lake. All right, so when it says the, right? The and it is referring to singular. So it is the duck swam across the lake. So the duck swam across the lake. So basically the word duck, it stays the same. But if we want to change that to plural form, we can say the ducks. You make it plural, so the ducks. She has a great, she has great idea for the party. Idea. So we can then say she has great ideas for the party. Ideas. It shows that there is more than one. She's got great ideas for the party. And that is more than one. All right, let's go to our test, right? To see if we are able to use regular plurals with S. We did not focus on ES yet. We need to complete the sentence with the correct plural. We locked all the door to the house. Is it door or all the doors to the house? Is it option one or option two? So we locked all the door to the house. Door. All right. If we want to show more than one, then we'll say doors to the house. Because one door, more than one door, doors. The boy and girl won. Is it prize at the fair or prizes at the fair? Prize is one prize. Prizes refers to more than one prize that you got. So which means that they won prizes at the fair. And then my grandmother gave me 2 pieces of candy. Is it 2 pieces of candy or 2 pieces of candy? 2 pieces of candy or 2 pieces of candy. So we can say my grandmother gave me 2 pieces of candy. Pieces. 1 piece, 2 pieces, or more than 1 pieces. Piece is pieces. And we saw the look of surprise on their face or their faces. Their face or faces. So we can say it's on their faces. Because they were surprised. All right, so that is basically our lesson on regular plural nouns, right? Where we said that singular means one, plural refers to more than one, right? And we made examples of one apple, one, even one ball, right? And here's basically just another a picture that tells us about singular and plural. So singular refers to one person, place, or thing, as well as animal, whereas plural refers to more than one person, place, or thing and animal, right? And there we have an example. If we now look at both singular and plural, there we have one cat, and we have more than one cat. Cats, two cats, one cat, two cats. One house, two houses. One mango, two mangoes, right? So on the one side here by the blue or green, this is singular. It refers to one item, one person, one place, one animal, or one thing, right? And in plural, on the yellow or in the yellow, it refers to more than one person, more than one place, thing, or idea. And that is the difference between singular and plural. Can you think of more words that is singular and words that is more plural? Words that are singular and words that are plural. So if we think of more words, right? So singular words, more singular words. So we can maybe say one fan, right? Or more than one fans. We said one apple. If we add an S to the word apple, then it will be apples. One sneaker, more than one sneakers with an S. One laptop, and then we have more than one laptops. One car, right? One car. And then we have more than one cars. We have cars. And then we have pencil, one pencil. And if we have 10 pencil, and then we say pencils, right? One pool, right? More than one pools. So this is but a few examples of singular words as well as plural words or plural nouns, right? And we said we have singular words and we have plural nouns. Plural refers to more than one, whereas singular refers to only one. So that is now it for, that's our lesson, the end of our lesson on regular plural nouns. Thank you very much, great dudes, for joining the class. And you should have an amazing day further. Goodbye.